First, we will start with the live demonstration, and then we will explain how this works. Because DeepResearch is not a chat tool, it's not a chat assistant that many others, competitive products are. It's actually a tool which you ask what it should do for you. You go literally away from your computer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll see how it works. And then you get deep report about state of the art for any topic you want. Okay? So without further ado, I will run one query just for you to see how we started. And then, because we will need to wait about 10 minutes, in the meantime, I will try to explain how does it work, okay? And then we go to to the next examples. So let's open it here. I have now, first things, for who is it available? You need to have at least Plus subscription. It's not available for free, and until 10 days ago, or let's say 2 weeks ago, it was not available even for Plus subscribers. So what I have here is Pro subscription. But you don't need Pro subscription. It's quite okay if you have Plus. Now, the quota for Plus as it now is 10 queries per month, okay? Now you may see, okay, 10 queries, this is very little. No, it's a lot. For Pro version, which costs 200 euros, you have 100 queries per month. My test periods expires at the end of this week, and I think I only managed to use about 40 or 50, and I was asking him everything came to my mind, getting ideas from other people. So how do we start with this? You have here the button DeepResearch. If you don't have this one, then it's not possible. And in any case, go to 4.0, okay? 4.0, switch on DeepResearch, and now you will ask him a question. Now, questions for DeepResearch have to be long if you want for him to go deep and narrow, okay? So now, as a first example, I will put myself into the role of a student, master student or PhD student that created something and, or let's say is planning to recreate something and wants to do a related work on it. Now, for this purpose, not to be confused, I will use speech recognition, which I have here as an external tool. Okay, English. So don't confuse this with, okay, let's stop it. Don't confuse this with the built-in functionality of ChatGPT. It is also here, but I'm not sure if you can do deep research with it. And anyway, it's not so good. So this is all just for demonstration that you need to write quite some amount of query to get good results, and I will rather talking than typing it, okay? So let's start. I'm working on my master thesis, and I got the idea, and my supervisor told me to do the following. We have the multispectral camera, which actually uses multiple filters in different spectral lengths to basically limit the spectral content for each successive image. So these filters are changed, are moving in front of the camera. The camera is triggered, and each time the camera is triggered, another spectral image is collected, we have 20 images and 20 different filters, and we get 20 different images for each scene. Now, because this thing is very slow, we have problems that when the camera is moving, all the images are not exactly the same. So what I want to do is align images captured in certain spectral bands to the first image, so the motion of the camera would be fully compensated. I also have the 3D sensor. It's a real sense sensor. So for each image, I have also a point cloud and a RGB image, or let's say RGBD image, but those are again not fully aligned with the spectral camera. So at each time, and each new spectral band is captured, I get the depth and RGB and spectral image, and RGB is basically aligned with spectral camera. Sorry, it's aligned with RGB camera, but not with the spectral camera. Now, I would like to know what methods have been developed in the past 10 years to address this problem. So let me put together a gist of what I want. I want the methods that are used for aligning images of different modalities, different spectra with RGB images and compensate any kind of movement of camera. And I'm focused on latest methods. Please find the latest methods. Please give the advantage to the methods for which there is source code available, and of course the methods that rely on deep learning. So please be focused on a way how to quickly solve this problem, but also document everything that has been done in the past 10 years, because I need this for my related work, for my thesis. Okay, ta zadeva je bila tako iz perspektive enega študenta. Verjamem, da vsi, ki ste bili tu, ste šli že skozi to zadevo. Zato sem rekel, da bomo štartali s tem, kaj lahko študent naredi, ko dobi recimo magistersko nalogo za rešiti. By the way, ta magisterska...
English.
Yeah? Okay, sorry. So, sorry for that. Basically, I'm putting myself in the shoes of a master student who actually got a task to solve, and now he doesn't know a lot about the area, wants to get an overview, and wants to do related work for his thesis, and wants to get hints what methods to use. Okay, so now, after I describe my problem in a big detail, let's say in the very fine detail, now I click here to submit this deep research. Often what it happens is that basically deep research provides you additional questions, so additional query, so he can be more helpful. So they say that occasionally it will ask this. OpenAI occasionally say it will ask you these things, but I have never come to the situation, however accurately I describe my problem, when it would not basically where it would not ask me additional questions. So you see, now it goes here, what types of motion needs to be compensating? And then I will ask him, both motion. So, okay, I'll switch this. Rotation and translation. Okay. I prefer local alignment methods because my scene is actually three-dimensional. So I could do very easily basically homography by myself or affine. This is not the question. I want basically local alignment that does pixel level alignment. The precision should be pixel level alignment if possible. Um, I don't have any preference for real-time methods. In fact, I could run this on a supercomputer. It can run on GPU, it can run on many CPUs. I'm basically unlimited with computing power. And if the solution that is better, but very, very slowly running, I would prefer it. The depth from real sensor is beneficial. That's why I included it, or that's why we included it in the setup. But you can also find methods that don't use depth information, but we have it, so if possible, use it. And don't forget to do really, really nice related work, and please print me the related work in BibTeX form so I can put it directly into my master thesis. There should be at least 20 references. Okay, so now I will answer this, and what will happen, you see now, we will get a progress bar, yeah? So it will starting research. Now we can talk about the other stuff, okay? So now he's going, and this bar will go pretty slowly, depends on how much stuff does he find, depending how deep he goes. Now I forgot to tell him to include also the sources that are not publicly available, so we can do this in follow-up searches. So it needs some time to even start. So you see, it's not a chat. It's an assistant that you give him your stuff, and then you go away for lunch. Okay, hopefully it will done this quicker, because we're okay. See, now we can get here some insight what he's doing. Okay, gathering, looking for sources. Now, if you're bored, you can look at the compiling sources, and we can see what is he doing. Yeah, here. Of course, the most interesting stuff is the result. And now we will talk a bit about how this thing works. And I will. Actually, I don't have many more slides for a presentation, so I can actually we can actually see what is working. Sources. Okay, computer vision laboratory to an at MDPI. Okay, activity. So, and you see on the right, you can see his internal monologue. What is he doing? What is he following? So how this thing works? It is a new generation of models that are basically conceived or named as a mixture of experts. Okay, so And the mixture of experts are known in the LLM world. And for example, if you look at models that you have, O3 mini, O3 mini high, and then O1, which is not available now, those are models that are mixture of experts. So you have multiple models that talk to each other. Okay, now what does DeepResearch do? DeepResearch combines searching the internet, reading the pages, generating the abstract, and looking for similar stuff, following the references. So it literally does what you do when you are looking for the references. It just does this about 1,000 times faster. Okay, and you see now his internal model. I'm tweaking my search to thermal optical flow network domain adaptation across modality optical flow. He read a few papers and he got new idea how to query the internet. Now, and this is going on for some amount of time. So you see now it's browsing. He landed at archive. He's basically iterating between reading the sources and searching for new sources, interpreting them, looking for the references that he finds in this sourcing, following the reference trail. So he does exactly what you do as scientists, master students, students who do seminars, and basically, of course, engineers, because one of the follow-up things that we will check here is also patent search. Okay, so for everybody here from the companies, this thing is amazing for patent search, not for the final one, yeah, but the stage that you would need spend weeks to actually check if there is actually exists the idea that is that looks like something that would be new. Okay, so analyzing reference to pinpoint problem authors for authorship, mounting the reference. Why is he doing this? Because I asked him, I was very lazy. I asked him to actually provide BIP text formatted references, which can we directly throw into my master thesis. And then just for a kick, I can tell him that prepare the outline of my master thesis. And I have to say that when I published this workshop, when I conceived, not workshop, this seminar, I was really hoping to show this to professors and supervisors and anybody who grades the works. Now, good for students, little less good for the other stuff. This thing is now in the wild, and now the students with only plus account can also do this. So as a teachers and supervisors, we should be actually assuming the students use this for help. Now, what is important, what is different from ChatGPT's chat here? That DeepResearch is not very prone to hallucinations because he is basically pulling the knowledge non-stop from the internet. So what you will see in the end result, there will be all claims that will be there will have their own reference. So it's not the same as using ChatGPT and ask him, well, do this. Nah? DeepResearch is different kind of a beast. It uses a lot of computing resources. Imagine now, for the whole time that I have my monologue here, it's burning through compute power needed to constantly read papers and evaluate them and provide new queries. So it works in this way. So not to say that it's not that it cannot provide hallucinations. It's just the form that it gives you is very, very, let's say, you can be very, very sure that you will be able to check everything, because you can just then click on the references, as we will see. Okay, we can go now here. Yeah. I was Rift cross spectral image matching. You know, I didn't didn't know about many of the things that here, and we'll see the result at the end. So what we'll go also show her here, sorry. So before we go to examine his first result, we will give him another query for patent search. Okay, so we will ask him, has this been already published anywhere? Is there a prior art for this supposed invention, or is this what I have an idea for is something new? Okay, this is both good for engineers. It's probably terrific for legal departments or people who have to check that things are really novel, that it pays off working them, and so on. And the third part would be a bit of the social sciences. We will actually show how does this work on let's say, I will pose him a question to search for the history of tariff wars in the United States for the past 100 years and the effect and so on. It will be the way I am a journalist. I'm writing a feature article, and I need this data to write my article. Okay, so he's now at 26 sources, but we have to leave it until it does his job. So what you get out of this is actually related work that is totally appropriate for at least for a master thesis, is not for a PhD. So really, anybody who is in this field, then it's should be aware of this. Now, there is question in the chat what app do I use for dictating. It's actually Chrome plugin. It's not specifically for ChatGPT. It's voice in. Okay, so while we're waiting, I will show this also. It's very good. It works pretty amazing. It works in everything. So manage extension, I think this would be, yeah. It's free with up to 1 hour of use per day. Of course, the data goes somewhere where you don't want it to go in general. So, okay, so open extension website. So this is voice in, okay? And it works amazingly in Slovenian text as well. You just have to set it up correctly. So I'm using ChatGPT with this voice extension. So I can tell you that my day doing research is, is basically, it's basically sitting back with my microphone and just chatting with ChatGPT, asking him to evaluate the ideas. And then I ask him to write some code that he runs it, or I can run it, and so on. So it's very nice if you just want to do the productive work, research, engineering work, whatever. So now, if anybody has any questions while we're waiting, I don't want to run 2 of them because I'm not sure it will allow me to run 2 concurrently. Anybody, any questions? We are recording now. Okay, then just let's wait for it for finish. But what I will do is I will basically go here and okay, new tab.
There is one question in the chat.
Okay. Are there any limits in the plus tier? Yes, 10 queries a month. 10 queries a month, which, as you will see, is a lot. So 10 students can get the 1 month's membership, and they can everybody can write their related work. So 10 queries is a lot. With the pro tier, you get 100 queries. Okay. So I will move this, sorry, I will move this, and I will prepare the next query already, so we don't use too much time, because it is quite slow and working. So let's go, let's close this, let's close the tangent page, and let's prepare the next query, okay? So I will also start here, So I am interested in patents search for any prior art for my idea. I have the special kind of microphone, directional microphone that is comprised not in a way that the sound outside of the main direction will be attenuated by interference, but it's a very simple collimator. It's a long tube closed at one side. Inside the tube, it's absorbent, so the inside walls of the tube are absorbent, are covered with audio absorbent material. The microphone is inside the tube at the closed end of the tube. So basically, what does it reach the microphone are only the sounds coming directly in front of the tube, and all other sounds coming from top and left directions or off center directions are basically attenuated a lot. So I would like to formulate a question for a patent expert to do a patent search, and then I will send this question to the patent expert. I didn't build this device yet. I just have a great idea, and I would like to patent it. Please do a patent search for the whole history because I really like to see if this is patentable. Now, what I did him now I made him to write the patent search request, which I will put into DeepResearch. Okay, so you see, he will improve my text and add some of his knowledge. You should read this, yeah. And basically, you see, he is actually improving my text, and he dear patent expert's name, yeah, like an email I would like to send. No, I'm not sending email. I will just open new chat, put it in, and switch on DeepResearch. Okay, concept description. Okay, I will not click DeepResearch. We prepared this, and let's go back to what we have here. Oh, still not done. You see, it's a very slow thing. Maybe I could run two of them at the same time. Let's see. DeepResearch. Okay. We'll see if I can run two of them. Okay. So he is asking me, so you see, for the patent search, he is asking me patent specific questions. Scope, world, time frame. The idea has to be novel, so infinite, right? Oof. Okay. I put enter before I typed enter before I started it. So okay. Now maybe it's okay. Now okay, we have this result here. And multi-spectral to RGB image alignment. I will try to, yeah. So I will close this window here. Hopefully you see what he did. And let's scroll down. 11 minutes he needed. So here you see everything what he wrote has basically the reference to it. And he is showing me the papers if I click on this. Okay. So here, archive, deep assistant align RGBD and multispectral, MDPI, Okay, again, deep learning based alignment without depth, learned feature matching networks. Okay, Microsoft Archive, open access CVF. So this is conference probably, yeah. Archive, dense alignment network. Okay, unsupervised optical flow handling now. If you're looking at this and you're a supervisor of master students, you know where we are now, right? Okay. So the question from NA, does the data represent by each input later generated query get stored anywhere? Does it become OpenAI property? I will answer this a bit later when we go through this. Computational complexity, public codes and data sets, local pixel alignment references. And now, just to add, let's say, insult to the injury, yeah, of people who spent days or weeks to doing that research themselves, he just generated the BibTeX file with 20 references. Okay, so now I will go a bit on and I will go to the 4.0 model. Okay, 4.0, this is the base one that you have, and they'll just ask him, okay, now write the abstract introduction and related work sections of my master thesis. Please include all the references, and it should be really long, let's say 10 pages, 2 pages, 2 pages, let's say, page introduction, 5 pages related work, and use BibTeX references. Okay, so like this. Do it in LaTeX. Okay, so I'm a bit cheating now, but just for everyone to know what this thing can do now. So let's see how far is the other directional microphone. Yeah, examining acoustic solutions, 13. Okay, so he's here. We are at 42 minutes. Yeah, I said I will explain here what is with the property and of data. This is very relevant to patent search, right? So, no, not here. Sorry. We go to this settings of ChatGPT, and here we have maybe security, no, personalization, memory, I have it on, custom instructions, data controls. Okay, data controls. First thing we want to do when you pay for ChatGPT, switch improve model for everyone off. So half of the answer to NA's question is, does it get stored anywhere? Well, as far as if we believe OpenAI, it's not used for any model training anymore. Whether it is used, it doesn't become OpenAI's properties. This is no. But whether it's stored and what is the reason for storing it, this we don't know. Okay, so I have to be honest. This is the way it works. Okay, so sorry, I have to switch to, yeah. Okay, the document. Okay, let me see. He didn't do it very long, so there is some work for students, yeah. And sorry, master, new project, blank project, master tech. Let's see what it did. Yeah. So, oh, it wrote nice text. You see, if you know LaTeX, you know that what he did was quite nice. Okay, now I will add here another. He included bibliography references, so I will manually add, not new folder, sorry, new file. References bib. And now in the references bib, we will just put this in, what he did, okay? References, okay. And now go to main tech, let's run it, compile it. Okay, oh, errors, he had some errors, so I won't go looking into this, but I can download it, yeah, and let's open it. And let's view page display to page view. And let's close this. And introduction, related work, depth assistant challenge, open problems. He was a bit short with it, but basically, I'm sure you're getting students who do less. He didn't use all the references, so I can go, sorry, close current tab. I could go and ask him, you did not use all references. Longer. Okay, now I'm wasting some time to see how this patent search is going. Okay, you see, he's searching the patent databases, and okay, I will run a third one. Okay, third search, so you will see while the both of them are doing. So third one, ChatGPT. Okay, help and deep research on the sound on. I'm working on the feature article for a big magazine, and I'm writing a paper, writing an article on trade wars and history of tariffs, because this has become a very, very hot topic nowadays with the policy of U.S. administration. So I would like you to do research for the history of United States and basically document the instances of when tariffs benefited the United States, where they hurt the United States, put the special attention to time before and after the Great Depression, and please provide numerous sources. Sources should be scholarly if possible, but please, you need to explain them in a way that I will understand them, and because I want to write the article for a general public. So you need to go back at least 100 years, and you also need to put this in perspective, what's going on now in the current US administration in the year 2025. You see, he's again asking me. Okay, so I will answer him now. I will answer him just by speech. Time frame could be also 19th century. I'm looking for a broad historical overview, not case studies. But if there are very important instances of tariffs and the impact they have, like smooth Haley's Act, I would like to be this to be mentioned. I really like to have overview of impacts of this and general and in the reference to individual things that happened. And I would really like to have, yes, comparison because between the historical stuff that we know how it ended, and maybe if you can find reliable sources on the outlook, what can happen if current policies remain in place. But you use scholarly sources to get a good grip on understanding of the tariffs. But I would like to have either a good explanation of the scholarly sources, or I would like to have the sources that are less scientifically demanded, because I'm not a scientist. So let's shoot it. Okay, now let's see how is work going. Directional microphone. Oh, okay. So now we have the patent database. Okay. So in 1930s, Western Erectlin machine gun microphone, direction line microphone, as you see, cluster of tubes, very length, acoustic impedance element, Sennheiser, of course, Sennheiser, big manufacturer of equipment, 60s, tubular directional machine, later shotgun improvement. So the area is filled with the ideas that I did this before. Okay, so I knew what I will get. Vocal sound muffling device, other acoustic insulation, parabolic, other competing direction, novelty analysis. Based on the search, no patent was found that exactly described direction microphone using long coil main tube absorbing walls. The idea could be novel in strict sense. However, some elements are present in prior art. Would a person of ordinary skill in acoustics consider simply removing the interference slope from a shotgun, make a lining the tube foam to be an obvious variant? Anybody here patent researcher? Because this is the thing you want to ask yourself, yeah? So this is the threshold. Would something that differs my idea for the something that is actually been patented would be obvious from to the person, to the field? You see, he's saying this could be very tricky. Nobody has marketed such microphone practically. Novelty, novel, no predated prior publication. Foam reporters make no obvious inventing. This is trickier. It's obvious combination. Of course, it's obvious, you know. So similar existing competing technology, next steps, what you should do, get patent professionals. So they refine the invention, materials, prototype and test, and so on. And here we have sources that he found. Okay, so this is how you can do a patent search with it. Now, this does not, really like to emphasize, this does not relieve you from going to the patent attorney and consult with him. But this is the stuff that you have to do if you want to actually put in the patent application, or let's say provisional patent application, with which you will claim your ground, okay? So provisional patent applications are limited time. You get an idea, you put it in. Next day you go to the patent office. It has limited validity, and then you have 1 year to deal with the lawyers or everything and things like that. So this was a patent search. Let's go now to multispectral to see if we convince him to do better. Okay. So maybe not, but let's see what he did. So it has its limits, of course, but let me see if he used all the references. Yeah, now he used the 15 of the reference. So he won't write your master thesis, but not yet. But here is the limit. Okay, so now let's go to US tariff history. Still searching, now investigating tariffs. I tried to use some of the social sciences into this. I don't know if anybody of you here is a journalist, writing feature papers, things like that. So it's a great help for you, but also a great danger as to any of us. So I think everybody should understand what is out there and could be bought for $20, 20 euros plus VAT a month. And now I'm pretty sure students are taking notes, hopefully the supervisors as well. And now let's wait for this to finish. And if you have any questions so far, please ask. We have 5 more minutes. Hopefully this search ends before then, and we will then just go through the result. As you can see, this takes time. Yeah. And that because this use a lot of compute, that's why it just they give you limited amount of this. But honestly, do you even Gregor Cerinšek, I didn't write a EU project proposal, but we are collaborating on the EU project proposal right now, and yes, we are running it on high, let's say, a lot for individual areas, just to get a very good overview, to know what to avoid, to know what has already been found. It could do great search amount published that can projects that have been founding and so on. Is there a way of saving data generated by a query to use in future queries? Basically, all your queries are here, and as any chats, they in any chats you have the context. So in theory, as long it's visible here, it should preserve everything. Now there exists a better way, and I don't have it installed here, but you have the tools that you make PDF out of this, and all links remain intact, and I can send it to. When I will publish this video, I will send to all of you who are enrolled to this seminar the link to the video, and also maybe the link to the plugin. Good question from Andrei. What does constitute one query? Today I used 3 queries. Now I did not found how exactly it counts the queries. I hope it didn't use 6 queries, because I because he asked me follow-up question. That would be very mean from OpenAI, but it's possible. I mean, so I think that each deep research is so original query and follow-up, it's one query. Because very important, after you do this, this button goes blank, so you don't accidentally at least in my case, this was all. In my case, it was always the case. When you finish this deep research, it goes to blank, so you don't accidentally use another deep research token from a quota, and waste it. So basically, it goes like here. So when I was doing this, yeah. I was using just ordinarily 4.0 model, so it switched off deep research and I was just continuing. So now this is also very good use cases. You start deep research, you get an overview, and he has this in context, and you can try discuss with him, because now he knows. Now he's at far lower probability of hallucinating, because he has literally went there and analyzed this topic. So in the same context, in the same chat, you can use different models and talk to him about bounce off the ideas. Now let's see tariffs, if they are. Yeah. Now I will wait to the time I will wait and this will finish. We will go through. I think we will almost end it with 1 hour. It was planned 1 hour, but honestly, today I had luck because most of my queries, which I needed, were done in 7 to 10 minutes. But today everything is going very, very slowly. So, any other questions in the meantime when we wait for this? Maybe social sciences, journalists, PR department. Okay. So we will just then wait that this thing finishes. In the meantime, okay, I can show you how you can. Oh, Gemini. Yeah. Grok has awful deep research. Okay, so Elon Musk's Grok, it's not worth the name. It just actually searching the newspaper articles, you get results very quickly. Okay, so I didn't try other solutions like from other providers. So Gemini, I think this deep research is still the best. And I am used to work with this, and yes, you should look at this at what is possible. If you find then other tools like in Gemini that have the same things and work equally well, then absolutely, but I wanted to show you what I think is the best one so you can measure up the others to this. Okay, so the tariffs have a revenue and industrial protection. Yeah, so very importantly, you know this if you're looking at what Trump was talking about. Basically, in 19th century, most of the tariffs were actually for the revenue instead of income tax in the United States. So do you have, here we have overview of this, you see, and history, state gov, you see, it also goes to this kind of the thing. So if you're let's say a researcher, general researcher, you can use this. Yeah, Pelhan, good question. How does it does with the papers which are not free? Basically, it reads the abstracts, although OpenAI guy, um, um, basically the chair of OpenAI was telling that they are working on the agreement with publishers that that DeepResearch will get the raw data access because this will because this is actually advertising for them. Okay, so you know you get overview. I mean, publishers should be and probably are lining up in front of OpenAI's door to actually get their databases included because deep research does not basically substitute reading the paper. Yeah, it's just research. It's just related work. Yeah, as somebody else would do. Yeah, so in a way, if you read the paper, you'll get you will get more in depth. But I think it will get access to the non-free sources as well, because you can explicitly say include non-free sources, but I think it just reads the abstracts. Okay. So here we have post-depression, post-World II, recent trends. I mean, I will upload this also to the page where there was the call for this seminar, and you can read for them. And from my side, this is basically everything, unless anybody has questions. No, if not, okay, then thank you for being here. Hopefully it was very useful for you, and See you next time. I will have a workshop, ChatGPT for engineers, but this will be about a month or something like this. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Voilà,
Voilà, bye.
Bye. Thank you.